A warm welcome to you all, and this is the daily news of Into Vietnam and our major stories. Vietnam and South Korea reached the free trade agreement in a record short period of time. Foreign investors get new guidelines in the banking sector. And Moody raises Vietnam banking system outlook on stabilization. Vietnam and South Korea reached a free trade deal on December the 10th after 2 years and a half of negotiations. The free trade deal covers 17 areas, including products, services, and investment, while excluding rice. The Vietnamese Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng and South Korea President attended the signing ceremony to announce an agreement had been met.
I am happy to declare today, alongside Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng, that we have effectively reached a deal on the Korean-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement.
According to South Korean Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy, Vietnam is the country's 9th largest trading partner and the world's 4th largest destination for South Korean investment as of 2013. The Vietnamese Prime Minister said the deal was a result of both favorable relations and hard work between the two countries.
Là bằng cái thiện chí và sự nỗ lực của cả hai bên, thì hôm nay chúng ta hai nước đã chính thức kết thúc cái đàm phán hiệp định thương mại tự do giữa Việt Nam, Hàn Quốc. Chúng tôi cũng cho đây là cái điều kiện rất là quan trọng để tiếp tục đưa hợp tác thương mại, đầu tư, du lịch trên các lĩnh vực khác giữa hai nước phát triển vượt bậc trong thời gian tới để đem lại lợi ích cho cả hai bên.
The agreement will have to undergo legal reviews and parliamentary ratification in both countries will reach ahead of the ASEAN-South Korean Commemorative Summit. The foreign investor must be committed to a long-term attachment in terms of interest in domestic credit institutions if they want to buy stakes and become strategic investor of the organizations. This is stated in the State Bank of Vietnam Circular number 38, issued on December the 8th and takes effect on February the 1st of 2015. The circular requires foreign investor pledges to own stakes of 10% or more in the credit institutions, as well as involvement in helping the institutions to apply modern technology, develop products and services, and enhance management capacity. The regulation related to technology products and services, as well as management support, will also be applied in case the foreigners acquire stakes in fragile credit institutions, which are defined or put under special supervision by the State Bank of Vietnam. Moody's Investor Service raised the outlook on Vietnam banking system, citing an increase in the stability of the economy and operating environment for lenders. Moody revised their outlook to stable from a negative assessment, also noting a reduction in liquidity stress at banks. The revision comes after the agency raised Vietnam credit rating in July. Still, Vietnam's large bad debt problem will make any recovery in bank solvency gradual, and lender profitability will remain under pressure. Loan loss reserves and capital at banks are probably insufficient to absorb potential losses on problem assets. At the government monthly meeting in November, the government required the State Bank of Vietnam to consider ways to lower the medium and long-term interest rates in order to facilitate businesses to access credit. However, the interest rate cap has been dropping during the whole year. So is it possible? Watch the following report for more details.
The deposit ceiling for Vietnam Dong has dropped to 5.5% since October the 29th. Professional economists assess it's totally possible for the deposit rate to further lower by 0.5 to 1%, as banks create deposit by market supply and demand. HBV's data show Double's growth by the end of November was 11.47%, while it was 10.22% for credit growth. Hence, bank's liquidity is stable and excessive.
Thế thì đến nay cũng tiếp nối của năm 2013 thì cũng như chủ trương của ngân hàng nhà nước thì vẫn tiếp tục tức là duy trì cái thanh khoản tốt cho toàn hệ thống. Thì tôi cũng nghĩ rằng là cái công tác huy động vốn nó tiếp tục là tương đối dễ hơn so với cái việc là tăng trưởng tín dụng.
5.5% isn't the last decrease of SPV. The bottom for deposit could be 5, even 4.5%, granting premiums to cut down lending rates. Another key factor deciding whether or not the interest rate ceiling will be reduced is inflation. By the end of November, inflation reached a record low of 2.08%, ensuring that depositing remains a safe choice despite having the potential to reduce to 4.5%.
Nói rằng cái lạm phát năm nay mình kiểm soát tương đối tốt, mà cái lạm phát nó đang có xu hướng giảm, mà ngay tháng này nó cũng là cái tháng giảm thấp nhất so với nhiều năm ở đây. Nó là cái cơ sở để, hay là nó là cái dư địa để chúng ta có thể tiếp tục chỉnh cái lãi suất xuống nữa. Đấy, thì đấy là cái điều kiện để chúng ta có thể hạ lãi suất tiền gửi xuống, và trên cơ sở đó chúng ta hạ lãi suất cho vay.
Cái việc hạ lãi suất cả huy động và cho vay từ nay đến cuối năm 2014 thì nó cũng phụ thuộc vào rất nhiều vấn đề. Nói một cách tổng thể thì có thể nó phụ thuộc vào những cái diễn biến vĩ mô, và cụ thể hơn nữa là phụ thuộc vào cái tỷ lệ lạm phát của Việt Nam từ nay đến cuối năm. Với cái tốc độ lạm phát hiện tại ở cái mức rất là thấp thì rất là còn có điều kiện để cho các ngân hàng xem xét để hạ cái lãi suất huy động cũng như là lãi suất cho vay. Nhưng mà trong bối cảnh hiện nay thì hạ bao nhiêu nó còn phụ thuộc vào rất là nhiều vấn đề, trong đó còn phải tính đến là các cái kênh đầu tư khác.
If macroeconomic remains stable, interest rate ceiling will reduce. But whether or not the reduction meets businesses' expectation is another story. However, there's a big support for businesses, especially amid Vietnam's tough economic condition.
Vietnam has striven to become among the brightest spots in global emerging market. In November, in the HSBC Emerging Market Index, or EMI, the manufacturing sector gained momentum for growth last month as both production and output and new order rose quickly. Vietnam, together with Indonesia and Mexico, is the top market whose manufacturers receive the highest expectation from survey companies in HSBC report, while the record low level is seen for Brazil, South Korea and Taiwan, China. Emerging markets EMI is detracted from the Purchasing Manager Index and dropped the 2 months in a row in November to 51.2 points, the lowest level since May of last year. The State Oil and Gas Group PetroVietnam said Vietnam is expected to produce more than 7 million tons of crude oil this year, or equivalent to 341,000 barrels per day, beating its annual target by at least 5%. Vietnam, the third largest holder of crude oil reserves in Asia, produced about 16.71 million tons of crude oil last year. The higher forecast this year comes after PetroVietnam began operation of 8 new oil fields this year, and existing fields including White Rabbit and Diamond also produced more than expected. Vietnam crude oil exports in the first 11 months of the year rose 9.4% from a year earlier to an estimated of 8.46 million tons. And now let's move on the bulletin with update of local gold prices, forex and stock market. That's at the very end of the series. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back at the top of the hours. Till then, bye bye.